Welcome to AHA Learning Hub, a channel designed to spark your next AHA moment. I am Dr. Abtamu. Today, we're going to talk about reported speech. There are two ways of relating what has been said by someone. The first way, using the exact words of the speaker. If you want to use the exact words of the speaker, usually in writing, we need just to put the exact words under quotation mark. The other way of stating what has been said by someone without specifically using the exact words of the speaker is a reported speech. Whenever you want to report what has been said by someone, there are necessary changes. If you want to transform the sentences, there are basic rules that we need just to learn properly. For this reason, pay attention. We are about just to talk all these necessary changes to transform the sentence, which we have already said direct speech, into a reported one. The first type of change in tense. If you relate what has been said by someone, the tense shifts a step back. We usually say back shifting of tenses. For instance, if the exact words of the speaker is in simple present tense, it has to be changed into simple past. If it was simple past, into past perfect. Past perfect in direct speech, reported speech, it remains as it is. There is no change. Present continuous tense is changed into past continuous tense. Past continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense. Present perfect tense is changed into past perfect tense. Simple future, will plus V1 forms of the verb is changed into would plus verb 1 forms or infinitive forms of the verb. I think this is the common way, the basic way of changing tenses. One thing that we should not forget here is that if the reporting verb is in present tense form, for instance, reporting verb like tell, say, ask, they are reporting verbs. If the reporting verb is in simple present tense, there is no change in tense. When you report, there is no change in tense. Let me give you one simple example. For instance, she says, I like coffee. If you want to report this sentence, she says, comma, quote, I like coffee, full stop, and quote. If you want to report this sentence, you can say, she says that she likes coffee. It remains as it is. The tense is not changed in this case because the reporting verb is in present tense form. There are occasions in which it is a must just to use a reporting verb in simple present tense form. The first occasion or the first case, if you report things which are going on at the time of speaking, you can use a reporting verb in simple present tense. In addition, if you report instructions, for instance, Roman number 1 says, match the statement is under column A with the statement is under column B. It should not be changed. There is no change in tense. if you report letters, the letter says, we can say, and we need just to read the exact terms stated in the letter. There is no change in tense. If an action is completed in the immediately completed action, usually it's possible we may not use the past tense forms of the reporting verb. The reporting verb should also be, in this case, in simple present tense form. Now, if the reporting verb is in simple past tense, for instance, he said, I like coffee. He said that, I is changed into he liked coffee. There is a change in tense. He said, I like is in present tense form, is changed into like it because there is a change in tense. The reporting verb is in simple past tense form. The other important point that we should note here is change in pronoun. This is also one of the common changes. When we talk about reported speech, the most common change here is change in pronoun. In the first example, he said, I like coffee. The pronoun I is changed into he based on the context. The context matters. She said, I like coffee. I, in this case, is changed into she. They said, we like coffee. In this case, we is supposed just to be changed into they. Yeah? They said they liked coffee, we can say. For this reason, change in pronoun is also the other common change that we should pay attention to. The third change here is change in time expressions. Sometimes we can also change time expressions. For instance, if the time expression is today, it is changed into that day. If the time expression is tomorrow, it's changed into the following day. For this reason, there are common changes, change in time expressions. The other common change here is change in demonstrative pronouns. Sometimes this demonstrative pronoun this is changed into that, this into those. For this reason, change in tense, change in pronoun, change in time expressions, and change in demonstrative pronouns. These are the common changes that we should note. So, now let's talk about how to change statements. How to change statements or how to report statements. Let me give you one example. She said, I will come tomorrow. If you want to report this sentence, she said, comma, quote, I will come tomorrow, full stop, and quote. She said that she would come the following day. Here, change in pronoun, change in tense, change in time expression. She said that she, change in pronoun, will is changed into would, she would come tomorrow, the time expression is changed into the following day. Let me give you one more example. He said they have seen the movie twice. He said that they have seen the movie twice. He said that they had seen the movie twice. If he says, he said I, the pronoun I is changed into he, but in this case, he said they, there is no change in pronoun. So, context, considering the context is very essential. While you are reporting, considering the context is very essential. Let me give you one example. He said, I will help you. He said, comma, quote, I will help you, full stop, and quote. If if the immediate listener, the second person, wants to report this one, he said he would help me. We need just use the pronoun me. But someone, the third person, wants to report this one. He said he would help. If he said just to her, he would help her, not me. For this reason, context is also very essential. Who is going to report? So you should be conscious that there are several things that we need just to take into account. One is who is reporting. Either the second person, either the third one, or the person himself. For instance, I said, I like football. I said, comma, quote, I like football, full stop, unquote. He said, I said that I like it. In this case, the pronoun I is not changed into he or she because the person who is reporting is someone who is reporting what he has already said. If you want to report what you have already said, there is no change in pronoun. For this reason, consider contexts whenever you want to report. In general, what we have seen today here is two ways of relating what has been said by someone, direct and indirect. If you want to use the direct words of the speaker, don't forget just to put the words under quotation mark. If you want to report, there are common or necessary changes. The first one is change in tense. We have already said the tense shifts a step back. The tense shifts a step back, so long as the reporting verb is in past tense. If the reporting verb is in present tense, no need of change in tense. There is no change in tense if the reporting verb is in simple present tense. The other common change is change in pronoun. Consider who is reporting. Based on the person or based on the person who is reporting, you can make necessary changes in accordance of the one who is reporting. In accordance with the one who is reporting. Sometimes you may report your own words. Sometimes, as a listener, you may report what has been said by someone to you yourself. Sometimes the third person is supposed just to report what has been said. In all these cases, you should take into account the context of the one who is trying just to report to make necessary or appropriate changes. The other one is change in time expressions. As we have already said, because the tense shifts a step back, there is also it is also a must just to take into consideration time expressions. Time expressions, change in time expressions. For instance, today, in that day, yesterday, the previous day, tomorrow, the following day. There are these sorts of necessary changes. This is just enough for today. The next lesson is going to be reporting questions.